Dear students, good morning. Today we are going to discuss about the new lesson Universe and Space. That is, we are going to discuss about the world of wonder. When we look at the sky, we can see different kinds of natural bodies. Can you name some of them? Yes, the sun, the stars, the moon, and some of the celestial bodies. The natural bodies in the sky are called celestial bodies or heavenly bodies. They are part of the universe. So, the universe is a huge space which contains everything that exists. The celestial bodies that we see are just a fraction of the bodies that exist in the universe. In the starry night sky, we can see the wonders. Our ancestors have believed and documented the objects seen in the night sky. Students, do you know what is astronomy? Yes, the field of study of universe is called astronomy. We already know that there are billions and billions of stars in the universe, although only about 2000 or some are visible to a naked eye. Have you ever think the size of the universe? Yes, the universe is unimaginably and indefinitely big. Universe is commonly defined as the totality of everything that exists or is known to exist. Even though the spatial size of the entire universe is still unknown, it is possible to measure the observable units. To measure the large distance in the universe, scientists used a unit of length called the light year. We have already discussed in our 7th standard. That is, a light year is the distance traveled by light in 1 year. Scientists believe that the universe was born after a massive explosion called the Big Bang. A long time after the Big Bang, stars like our sun were formed. At that time, clouds of hot gases and particles revolve around the sun. Over time, many particles got stuck together to form large bodies. These bodies pulled in smaller objects near them by gravitational force. This made them larger still. These bodies finally became the planets. Do you know what are the things the universe consists of? The universe consists of galaxies, planets, stars, meteorites, satellites, and all other forms of matter and energy. In this lesson, we are going to discuss about the more interesting fact, that is the world of wonders that takes place in the residence of our solar system. In early days, before the invention of astronomical instruments, people thought that the earth is the center of all the objects in the space. This was known as the geocentric model. Geo means earth. Later only, the astronomer Nicholas Copernicus proposed the heliocentric model. That is, all the planets are revolving around the sun. The sun is at the center of the solar system. Invention of the telescope in the Netherlands in 1608 created a revolution in astronomy, and they found that the sun is at the center and all other planets are revolving around it. Now we are going to discuss about the Big Bang. The Big Bang theory is a privileged model of the evolution of the universe. The event when the matter confined in a single point and began to expand is called the Big Bang. This is considered as the origin of our universe. That is, from the single point, it expands and goes on. In a fraction of a second, the universe grew from smaller than a single atom to bigger than a galaxy and is kept on growing at a fantastic rate. It is still expanding today. Over the next 3 minutes, the temperature dropped below 1 billion degrees Celsius. Atomic nuclei could finally capture electrons to form atoms. At the stage of evolution of universe, it was filled with the clouds of hydrogen and helium gas. So the universe is filled with most probably hydrogen and helium gas. Giant clouds of hydrogen and helium were gradually drawn to the places where dark matter are most dense, forming the first galaxies, stars, and everything else that we are seeing today. As millions of years passed, the dense areas pulled in material because they had more gravity. Finally, about 100 million years after the Big Bang, the gas became hot and dense enough for the first star to form. New stars were being born at the rate 10 times higher than in the present day universe. Large clusters of stars soon became the first galaxies. So now we are going to discuss about galaxies. What is a galaxy? It is a large collection of stars or cluster of stars and celestial bodies held together by gravitational attraction. There are about billions of galaxies in the universe. Most galaxies range from 1000 to 10,000 parasec in diameter. There are different types according to their locality. It is classified into spiral galaxy, elliptical galaxy, barrel spiral galaxy, and irregular galaxy. So we are going to discuss about the first case, spiral galaxies. Spiral galaxies consist of a flat rotating disk containing stars, gas, and dust, and a central concentration of stars known as the bulge. These are often surrounded by a much fainter halo of stars. So they are named by their spiral structures that extend from the center into the galactic disk. The spiral arms are sites of ongoing star formation and are brighter than the surrounding disk because of the young, hot stars that inhabit them. The second, we move on to elliptical galaxy. So it is having an approximately ellipsoidal shape and a smooth image will be formed. So galaxies are three-dimensional without much structure and the stars in somewhat random orbit around the center. Interestingly, stars found inside of elliptical galaxies are on average much older than the stars found in the spiral galaxies. It is also surrounded by large number of globular clusters. Next, move on to irregular galaxy. An irregular galaxy is a galaxy that does not have a distinct regular shape. Unlike spiral or an elliptical galaxy, they are often chaotic in appearance. Neither center bulge nor any trace of spiral arm structure. So the cosmologists say that some irregular galaxies were once either maybe spiral or elliptical but were deformed by an uneven external gravitational force. So it is also filled with the amounts of gas and dust. Usually universe is filled with fully gases and dust. The fourth case you move on to barred spiral. A barred spiral galaxy is a spiral galaxy with a central bar-shaped structure composed of stars. Bars are found in approximately in 2/3 to 1/3 of all spiral galaxies. The Milky Way galaxy, where our own solar system is classified as barred spiral galaxy. So our sun and the planets in the solar system are in the Milky Way galaxy. Can you name the galaxy closest to our system? That is the Andromeda galaxy is our closest neighboring galaxy. So the Milky Way galaxy is spiral shape. Why we are calling it a Milky Way galaxy? Because it appears as a milky band of light in the sky. So it is approximately 100 billion stars and its diameter is 1 crore light years. Our solar system is 25,000 light years away from the center of our galaxy. Just like the earth goes around the sun also goes around the center of the galaxy, and it takes about 250 million years to move and come. The stars. During the night time, we like to see the sky fully filled with stars. Children are like very much, when we ask them to draw the diagram, the star and the sun and the moon, they are ready to draw at any moment. Now we are going to discuss about the star. It is a luminous heavenly body that radiates energy. With naked eye, we can see nearly 2000 stars in the night sky. The stars are remotely located and appears as a tiny dots of light. Their light travel a long distance to reach us. The atmosphere disturbance do not allow light to reach us in a straight line path. Because of this, stars appears to twinkle. The sun is the nearest star to the earth. The nearest star is Alpha Centauri. In the solar system, we can see the sun and the celestial bodies which revolve around it forms a solar system. So the planets that revolving are of 8 types. Can you name them? Yes, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The first four planets are grouped together to form inner solar system, and hence they are called inner planets. They have a surface of solid rock crust and so are called terrestrial or rocky planets. Earth can be taken as a model of other three planets. The four large planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. They spread around in the outer solar system and slowly orbit the Sun, are called outer planets. So that there are four inner planets and four outer planets. Can you name four inner planets? Yes. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Can you name four outer planets? Yes. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Children, do you know how many gases present in the outer space? Most probably they are made up of hydrogen, helium, and other gases in huge amounts and have very dense atmosphere. They are known as gas giants and are called gaseous planets. The four outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, have rings, whereas the four inner planets they don't have. The rings are actually tiny pieces of rock covered with ice. Now we move on to the satellite. What do you mean by satellite? An object that revolves around a planet in a stable and consistent orbit is called a satellite. There are two types of satellites. You already know. Yes, natural and artificial. The natural satellites, all natural objects revolving around the planets. They are also called moons. Most moons are spherical. The ones that are not usually asteroid or meteors that were captured by the strong gravity of a planet. All the planets except Mercury and Venus in our solar system have moons. Earth has only one moon, whereas planets like Jupiter and Saturn have more than 60 moons. Next, you move on to artificial satellite. Artificial means what? Artificial means man-made. So, artificial satellites are man-made objects placed in an orbit to rotate around a planet that is usually we consider as Earth. The world first artificial satellite launched was Sputnik 1 by Russia. Can you name India's first satellite? Yes, Aryabhatta was the first satellite launched by India. What are the functions of these satellites? These satellites are used in television and radio transmission, studying agricultural aid, locating mineral resources, weather forecasting, locate different places on the earth. For example, in case of remote areas, we can get the informations clearly by making use of these satellites. Next, we move on to ISRO. What do you mean by ISRO? The Indian Space Research Organization. It is a space agency of the Government of India. So where is ISRO located? It is located in the headquarters in the city of Bangalore. Its vision is to harness space technology for national development while pursuing space science, research, and planetary exploration. It was formed in 1969. ISRO superseded the erstwhile Indian National Committee for Space Research, that is INCOSPAR, established in 1962 by the scientist Vikram Sarabhai. The establishment of ISRO thus institutionalized space activities in India. It is managed by the Department of Space, which reports to the Prime Minister of India. ISRO built India's first satellite, Aryabhatta, which was launched by the Soviet Union on 19th April 1975. It was named after the Indian astronomer Aryabhatta. Like that, various satellites have also been launched. PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, GSLV, Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle, and then satellite navigation systems like Gagan and IRNSS have been deployed. In January 2014, ISRO used an indigenous cryogenic engine in a GSLV D5 launch of GSAT-14. So it has launched a lunar orbiter Chandrayaan-1 on October 22, 2008, and a Mars orbiter mission on 5th November 2013, which entered Mars orbit on 24 September 2014, making India the first nation to succeed on its first attempt to Mars, and ISRO the fourth space agency in the world, as well as first space agency in Asia to reach Mars orbit. ISRO launched Chandrayaan-2 on July 22, 2019. Geosynchronous Satellite Launch Vehicle GSLV Mk3. It entered the Moon's orbit on August 20, 2019, and its lander landed on the Moon on September 7. Dear students, do you know about ISS, International Space Station? It is a large spacecraft which can house astronauts. It goes around in low Earth orbit at approximately 4,000 km distance. It is also a science laboratory. Its very fine part was placed in the orbit in 1998, and its core construction was completed in 2011. It is the largest man-made object in space, which can also be seen from the Earth through the naked eye. The first human crew went to the ISS in 2000. Ever since that, it has never been unoccupied by humans. At any given instant, at least 6 humans will be present in the ISS. According to the current plan, ISS will be operated until 2024, with the possible extension until 2028. After that, it could be deorbited or recycled for future space station. Thank you, students.